in Philadelphia. Hey, Rex, Jordan Mailata, no shoes on as he warms up.
Well, you know I know feet. Those some ugly-ass feet right there. I'm used to seeing pretty feet. Those are damn ugly feet.
Okay, fair enough. Well, he's not the only offensive lineman we have in Philadelphia today. We have another who has a very special guest in a special place.
What's up? This is Jason Kelce. I'm with Nick Sirianni in his office right before the NFC Championship game against the Washington Commanders. Coach, where do we start? What's the status of Jalen Hurts?
Yeah, I think he had a really good week of practice, throwing the ball, running the ball, all the different things that he can do, and excited for his opportunity that he gets to go out there and have today against a really good team.
Yeah, absolutely. What is Cam Jurgens? He's been a little bit limited. Is he going to go? And if he can't go, what's the plan?
Yeah, he'll be a game time decision. So we'll work him out, see how he's feeling, and game time decision. As you know, we'll have a bunch of different guys ready. Stout does a great job of cross training these guys that need to go if they need to go in and play. And that's not something that's been new to us throughout this season. Fred Johnson's played a lot of good snaps. Tyler Steen's played a lot of good snaps. Jack Driscoll's played a lot of good snaps. So got good depth, and we're ready to go.
Yeah, Stout always has those guys ready to go for sure. This feels a little bit weird interviewing you, so I'm going to stop being an interview person. Coach, one of the things I always loved that you did, I always thought your team meetings were some of the best team meetings I was ever around. You always were very concise with your messaging. You had video to back it up. What's been the messaging to the guys this week?
Yeah, we talked a lot about tough detail together. It's really been the message the entire season. You don't get this point in this, as you know, you don't get to this point in the playoffs and say, okay, here's what we're going to do now, right? And so it's constantly been toughness, mental and physical toughness, dog mentality, playing the next play, detailed. And together. It was really a message of our guys kind of saying it through their interviews and through their play and through their mic'd up scenarios, and it just continued to be who we are and tough detailed together.
Can I ask you, I don't know, a lot of times you've had players come up and talk, obviously, me, Fletch, the team has changed a little bit, especially at the top of it with the older guys. What's special about this group? It feels like they're so together. Jordan Mailata, I feel like, is really coming to his own. Zach Bond's having a great year. I don't know. What's the feeling of this team as itself been for you as a coach?
Yeah, I think it's exactly that. It's the togetherness, right? Anybody that's in this point, like you're going to hear their interviews before games, after games, of talking about how they don't want to let each other down. Yeah. And that's the special part about this game of football. That's a special part about being on a football team, and that's been what it is. Right? These guys desperately want to perform for themselves, but these guys desperately don't want to let their teammates down. And I think you've seen that just through, I get to see that, 24/7, but you guys get to see that kind of, through their play, the way they celebrate together. You get to see that, through some of their interviews, the way they talk about each other. And I get to see this every single day of just them, constantly trying to become a closer team. Because at the end of the day, as you know, I say this a lot, it's not the best groups of individuals that wins. It's the best teams that win.
Absolutely. Well, big matchup tonight. Washington Commanders. This is a really tough team. They play together really well. I can't be more excited to watch this. More excited for you guys. It's going to take dog mentality to pull this one out. This feels weird. I don't know why. I loved playing for you, Coach. It was an honor.
I appreciate it.
And you're my favorite interview now officially. Don't tell. Actually, I can't. You and Jalen. Let's put both of those on there. Yeah, right. All right. Good luck tonight, Coach.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
Nice.
That is something you are not going to get anywhere else today. The head coach of one of the teams in their office. And, I was thinking as I was listening to that, Rex, I'm old enough to remember when you and I this season on Get Up were talking about whether Nick Sirianni was on the verge of getting fired. And now here he is on the verge of the Super Bowl.
I know it. And I thought it was crazy back then because you judge coaches generally by, what's their record. Well, this guy's record is as good as anybody's. I mean, almost in the history of the game, right? Than anybody's. And one thing I like most about that, he talked about the team. Like the three most important things are the team, and that's it. And so whatever it is about his leadership, about all this type of stuff, he has kind of built that culture around us instead of me.
Let me say this real quick. I mean, they really got me when Saquon started backing him publicly. You can't be great without the greatness of others. That's Saquon from Nick Sirianni, and it's rubbing off on me, too. I mean, fly, Eagles, fly.
We'll find out. We'll make our picks a little bit later. Now, obviously, if they're going to fly to the Super Bowl, they're going to have to do it against a rookie quarterback who is having, by pretty much every standard of measure, the best rookie season in history. Jayden Daniels and the Commanders have scored the most points in these playoffs. They've played clean in 2 games, no turnovers. They punted once in each of their wins over the Bucs and the Lions, and the rookie QB has the highest QBR of any player in this postseason. So, Alex, he is not supposed to be able to do all of this as a rookie. How is he doing?
Listen, as phenomenal as Jayden's been in the pass game and throwing the football, a lot of this comes back to this Washington run game and how multiple it is and really how special this kid and all the things that he can do. Let's take a look from last week. Here you can see the Commanders in a wide bunch. Look at them. They got 3 up there. You better have 3 defenders. If you do, we turn our attention inside. 6 for 6 here. Teddy, that leaves 1 linebacker for 2 guys. And Jayden's going to read them here. And again, you can't be right. Campbell plays this phenomenally. This is best. You could play this. He slow plays it, falls in, right? This is a 15-yard run on 1st and 10, right? They played it great, okay? Here, more math. We're going to later in the game. Again, wide bunch, right? They're showing 3 for 3. Looks like it's going to be the same thing again. 6 for 6 here. But the Lions say, no. We're not letting you run 15 yards again. They blitz the edge. Math changes. 3 over 2 now. We got advantage. Jayden sees it, flips it out. Listen, that's a 1-yard throw, right? Terry McLaurin, Kirby Joseph takes a bad angle, and we gone. 60-yard touchdown on 1st and 10 like that, right? Again, later in the game, look at the splits. They're almost on the sideline. 2 over 2, you better walk. They do. Now we got advantage. Again, 5 guys for 5 guys. This guy's the conflict defender. Here we go, 2-on-1. Again, Jayden's going to read him. You cannot be right. He tries to crash this, right? They try to spill and scrape. They don't even know who has the ball. Look, Jayden attracts attention. I mean, Eckler's gone, a 30-yard scamper, just ripping off runs. And a lot of this coming with tempo, right? No huddle, and this guy,
that's your cousin?
Kingsbury.
Is that your cousin?
My doppelganger, right? He's brought this college element, some of these college schemes to the pro level. These guys haven't seen it. They were 3rd in the NFL in rushing this year. And this guy right here in his special skill set.
Amazing.
So he's making all those reads as a rookie, but it's exactly what he was accustomed to doing in college, is your point. So he actually has some experience doing all that stuff going back.
Absolutely, and this is kind of unconventional, right? A lot of these schemes, these family trees that these pro coordinators are used to seeing, Cliff doesn't fit the mold.
Okay, so that's one side of it.
Awesome.
Now let's go to the other. It's obviously hard to stop Jayden Daniels.
Yes.
It has been impossible to stop that guy and his offense over the years. What are the keys for Buffalo tonight?
Okay, I'm going to take you inside a defensive meeting room because we like to keep it simple. We're not good at math, okay, but we got simple goals. I'm going to give you 3 of them right here, okay? 3 goals to stop the Kansas City Chiefs offense. Number 1, anybody but Travis Kelce. Anybody on the field, okay? Because you know Patrick loves his best friend up there. He's going to look for him. So we got the communication. We find him. Okay, let's get on him here. It's a zone coverage. There's a pump. Everybody hard reads to Travis Kelce. They actually leave that receiver coming over in the middle of the field, but it gives Daquan Jones just a little bit more time, a half a second to get to Patrick Mahomes, and then there's the errant throw. The rush gets there because they took away Travis Kelce. Number 2, eyes on Mahomes. If you got to do it with a spy, that's okay, but it's how you spy. Terrell Bernard right here does a great job of not engaging the center, but keeping an eye on Patrick Mahomes. There goes Creed Humphrey going